85% of people prefer text over email and phone calls because they want to engage in a conversation. All text messaging is not equal. Customers respond to people, not bots. Be more like people and start having conversations that end in conversions. Use Scipio.
Oh man, Andre.
Yes.
I want to do. It's not a segment, but it's a pre-episode segment.
Okay.
What you watching? Watch it with you.
See, what's funny is every time Scott brings this up, I'm like, I'm not watching or reading anything. But right now, I've been on a little bit of a movie kick.
Oh, really?
That's right. So, followers of my Twitter at AndreWatch0 will know that there are two movies that I recently watched that I actually highly recommend, even though they are both definitively bad movies. The first is Corvette Summer.
Oh, I've been meaning to watch this.
With Mark Hamill, literally the year after he was in A New Hope. So at literally the prime of his career, he starred in this movie called Corvette Summer. That movie is not, I think it's 1978 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I was literally looking up.
What is the Rotten Tomatoes? I think it's bad.
I would be surprised if it was good, but
the movie is good in my opinion.
50%.
I believe, audience rating, the movie is good.
Audience 43%.
Mark Hamill looks like he's on coke for most of the movie, but I actually do think that it is genuinely funny, and the setting is fun, and it's a car movie, which is fun.
Corvette Summer.
It's good. It's
got good music?
movie. Yeah, it is. It has an original score.
Well, let me tell you something that I've been watching by watching and reading.
Go on.
Ready Player 2. I cannot tell you how obnoxious that book is.
Really?
So I get that Ready Player One is like a little bit, it's not like the best written book, but it's fun. It is a popcorn book, right?
It's a fun premise.
It's got a fun premise, and I can see how anyone would be like, that's not for me. And I really am probably the target age of that book.
Yeah.
Where like they're talking about things that I get, Atari stuff and Pac-Man stuff, which is, it's not of the generation, but I'm young enough to get it. Mm-hmm. And I'm young enough to like appreciate that book. But man, does he double down on a bunch of that bull crap in the second book.
Really?
So the first one is really this slight, I guess some spoilers for Ready Player One, but like it's VR world, it's future kind of sucks, but everyone, like everything is in the Oasis, which is this VR headset, right? And it's like there's a really clear bad guy, and like there's a really clear objective. You got to find these secret keys. It's like this fun journey, the friends along the way. It's just like it's a fun ride.
Right.
It's an easy read. In the second one, it's like page after page. I'm like, what? Why are you doing this? Why are you talking about this? And it's so obvious, and this is the lamest possible thing. Like the whole thing in the first one, so you got to find these three keys. You get to the end, you inherit the Oasis, you inherit $1 billion, $1 trillion, whatever. And the second one's, well, now there's not 3 keys, there's 7 keys, and they're not keys, they're shards, and
it's just a rehash.
It legitimately is. And the stuff they do, it's like, well, they go to the Lord of the Rings planet, and they like goes into all this detail on the most boring stuff, and he spends so long at this freaking Prince planet, as if anyone reading this book is a Prince fan. Like, they're just not. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little heated about this.
Hateful.
Prince is fine.
That feels accusatory of Prince fans.
Prince is fine. I like Prince, but like the level, the amount of fandom that the person in the story is, are like too young to like Prince. Yeah. And most of the readers who read this would not like Prince. Anyway, it's just weird.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but your impression is probably that he only wrote Ready Player 2 because of the success of
100%.
Which I hate.
Yeah.
I hate when authors do this. My example is Call Me By Your Name, a popular movie novel. It got extremely popular, like randomly.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it was like the book movie to watch. And he wrote a second one, a sequel to it, that is so
dumb,
so horrible that I have to pretend that it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because I love the original. And he wrote it after the huge success of the movie, after the huge success of his first book.
Yeah.
And the second book just like panders horribly to people.
That'd be like, did you ever read or watch The Martian?
I watched The Martian. I did not read The Martian.
So I did both. The book is great.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious that it became a movie.
The movie?
No, the movie's great too. But I'm not like, oh, I love this book. But that was a book I laughed out loud a bunch. Like it's good. It would be like him being like, let's make The Martian too.
Yeah.
Mark Watney goes back. It's so dumb. Don't do it. Yeah, come up with a new thing.
Yes.
Like, anyway.
The other movie that I want to talk about really quickly is The Hollow Man, which I can't look it up really quick because I can't remember who it stars.
2000?
Yes.
It looks like
the star is extreme. Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon looks like maybe Jodie Foster.
Yeah, I don't know. Look at it. Anyway, The Hollow Man is a movie about a man that is he's working on this government project to create invisibility for the Pentagon.
Or it's like the Invisible Man, right? Isn't that?
I don't really know. People keep throwing those words around. I don't know. It's called The Hollow Man.
Right.
He becomes invisible and then he goes crazy and blows everybody up and kills everybody. This movie is quite horrible. It's comically bad. However, it is ripe for a remake.
Oh.
I really, really think so.
There was a recent kind of movie where he was invisible. What was that? And it's like, I'm going to ruin it for somebody once they see it. But basically, it ends up that you think it's like, oh, maybe it's in her head. You don't really know. And it ends up being a guy, and he had kind of like a blanket type thing.
What is that movie called?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. It has Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah.
As the main girl.
Anyway.
And
that's the closest.
There's a big twist. Anyway, that is also a really interesting movie.
Yeah. But this is, he actually is invisible.
Yes, he becomes invisible, where in the Elizabeth Moss movie, whatever it's called, he has a suit. In this movie, he actually is injected with a serum that makes him invisible. The science is crappy, but I do think that a remake would be interesting because what's interesting...
Oh, I think it's called The Invisible Man.
...is he becomes invisible, and then it's irreversible, and then because of his irreversible invisibility, he goes crazy with the power of being invisible and with just the fact of being invisible. And I think that's an interesting concept.
Do you see him? So once he becomes invisible, do you get to see him anymore?
Yes. Well, what's weird is
like in mirrors and stuff like that.
Well, no, they frequently expose him by he runs through water and then they pour latex over his face. So he has this really creepy hollow face, which I think is the origin of The Hollow Man.
Got it.
It's a weird movie. Kevin Bacon is also a really horrible actor.
In that?
Is that a weird thing to say?
I could say Kevin Bacon is kind of hit and miss, I would say.
He was pretty bad in that movie. And I felt that should have been his heyday.
Yeah, it was his heyday.
Anyway, we've taken this way too far.
Let's start a podcast.
Let's do it.
You're a thief and a liar.
I only lied about being a thief.
Steal.
Lie.
We're gonna steal the ship.
Commandant, Lord Lieutenant.
An idea that is fully formed, fully understood, that sticks.
Will someone like you to steal?
Ideas are bulletproof.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Steal this idea.
Hello again, thieves.
We're back.
Back at it yet again.
This is the Still This Idea podcast.
Tell us what that is, Andre.
The only podcast where every single week, Scott and I come here to give you free business ideas that are worth at least $1 billion.
That's right. We're recording live at the Scipio Mill.
Yes. Thank you, Scipio, for hosting us.
And we are going to bring it's one of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? True innovation segments to this episode. We're going to bring back Spin This Idea.
I wasn't sure if you were going to say it's Speed Round, which we're also bringing back.
That's also a legacy.
Spin This Idea is my legacy because I, came up with the idea for Spin This Idea, which I'm very proud of because I don't come up with that many great ideas.
That's not true.
That's not true. I know. But then secondly, I named it.
That's
Spin This Idea.
And that was a great.
Which I am definitively bad at names. So.
And so normally we bring a big idea to the show ready to go, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas this one, you're going to experience true inspiration live on the show.
That's right.
And usually we end up with a pretty good idea at the end of it. So we'll spin the wheel a couple times, come up with some ideas on the spot. We want to jump really quickly to the mailbag today. Catherine Porter has a couple of other ideas we wanted to open up. And then, we want to do a little speed round. Talk about some contemporary things. Date the episode a little bit, but that's fine.
The hot topics of the day.
That's right. Before we do that, let's do a little good idea, bad idea. Let's start with bright ocular.
But first, what is good idea, bad idea?
Well, good idea, bad idea. I'm glad you asked. Every week we have ideas pitched to us, advertised to us, usually on Instagram, but could be anywhere. And we see these ideas and we think, is this really a good idea? Is this a bad idea? So we bring them to the show and discuss them. Usually they're fringe, bleeding edge technologies, interesting things that stand out to us. Sometimes we dump on them. Sometimes we praise them. Sometimes we buy them. And that's good idea, bad idea.
And here's an idea that maybe I'll buy. Who knows?
This is called Bright Ocular.
Brightocular.com. And I will say,
That sounds like a name of an idea that I would come up with. Bright Ocular.
maybe we'll see if this is an idea Scott would come up with.
Just the name.
Okay. Well, maybe. Anyway, the way I got pitched this is I was on my YouTube recommended, and I saw a video that was Bright Ocular or Blind. And essentially what Bright Ocular bills itself to do is they can change your eye color to primarily blue, it seems. I don't know if they don't offer multiple colors or it's just that blue is
Nobody wants to change their color to brown. Let's be real.
That seems to be the case. But they say they can surgically permanently change your eye color to blue. And it is a United States developed artificial iris implant made of a thin, flexible, biocompatible colored medical grade silicone. The reason that I saw this video was basically that there have been many people that were injured by Bright Ocular and their iris implant. But
This
I'm curious.
Stresses me out a little bit.
You could. What's your eye color, Scott?
Hazel.
Hazel. So you're in a coveted eye color class. Diego, what's your eye color? Brown?
Looks like
I have brown eyes. Diego has brown eyes.
My eyes were brown growing up, and they've become hazel as I've aged.
Diego, for let's say $2,000. I have no idea how much this costs. For $2,000, would you change your eyes to be permanently blue? No, obviously not.
Not in a million years.
What is the appeal of a silicone iris implant to change your eye color?
Let's see. Let's see if I can come up with a scenario.
Maybe if you were like an actress.
Sure. If it got you more roles to have blue eyes, I suppose there's something to be said about that. But if you got the face, man, like
I know.
no one. Name a color of any actress? Yeah.
I don't know. I bring it to the podcast mostly because I think people will be surprised to learn that there's a surgery to change your eye color.
First off, yeah, that's shocking.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, their logo I hate so much.
And the website is
And
horrible.
the website is awful. It makes it look like this is from
I know.
far, far away.
Yes, it does.
And not in a good way. Especially for something that's like permanent surgery. Are you kidding me?
I know. On your eye, which to me is like one of the most sensitive organs.
Yeah. and if their thing was just Bright Ocular and that's it, just the text, okay. But then they decide to put an actual eyeball as their logo. It's just weird. It's creepy.
I will say it says the intraocular implant is used to treat or alleviate cases of heterochromia, where your eyes are two different colors, ocular albinism, and other iris-related abnormalities. Those all seem quite valid.
I guess, but like having two color eyes, I think is cool. Like
I know.
I don't think anybody would get made fun of. They'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you'd only get praised for having two colored eyes.
I know.
Maybe if you had gray eyes and people were like, oh, why are your eyes gray? Maybe in some, maybe you could get bullied for that, I guess.
So you don't think this is going to catch? You don't think that one day everybody will go to Bright Ocular and change their eye color?
So I scrolled down to the bottom and then it popped up. It says, we have a special offer for you.
Yeah, and it says 0, 0, 0.
0 days, 0 hours, 0 minutes. This just feels like a scam, Andre.
That's Bright Ocular. I think bad idea.
Big yikes. Okay, this one here, Mind Band. Me, Andre. I can't pass up something that has a band and a mind. Although this, I don't think is exactly what you think. This is more like a sleeping device, the sleeping thing. So Mind Band is an extremely soft and comfortable headband with a built-in flat headphones. So we've talked about face masks. This is more like a wraparound apparatus. Mm-hmm. It's really soft, and then like wherever your ears situate are, it's got headphones.
Yeah, two flat headphones.
It's $33, which is not that expensive. This website's horrible, so
yeah,
like I can see why anybody wouldn't want this, but does connect to everything. I'm sure
fans of the podcast know that I have purchased 3 or 4 different devices like this from 3 or 4 unique
Solitunes,
and then a bunch of just random,
just a bunch of random ones,
a bunch of random products. And then I went out and I think I talked about this on the podcast, but I don't think I came back and updated thieves. I bought 2 pillows with holes for ears.
Oh,
right? Did we talk about this?
Yeah.
But did I already review my thoughts on
I thought you didn't like them.
So let's recap. My spouse cannot have sound in the bedroom.
Right.
It must be completely silent or he is freaking out. However, I must have sound in the bedroom. I have to be listening to a
I do remember
podcast
this, yeah.
or a TV or something.
I usually these days. I'm usually falling asleep to a podcast.
So how do you compromise in that scenario? Your options are to.
I usually lay on one side of my head and put one earpod in.
Yeah,
one AirPod
it hurts your ear. It hurts.
Well,
yeah.
but yeah, not the one I'm laying down in. Just and yeah, it's not super comfortable.
Solution one that I went to was products like Mindband, which are sleep headphones that are flat and don't hurt your ears. And the quality was bad, and they typically are Bluetooth, which is annoying because you have to plug them in. And I didn't like that as a solution. So then I said, what if I bought a pillow for ear comfort? And then I could put my regular AirPods in my pillow. And I bought two. I bought one with a really straightforward hole. It just literally is a pillow with a hole where your ear would go. And I bought another one that just has a divot right in the middle. Both pillows are unusable. The one with the hole.
I can't imagine. I move around so much with my pillows. It just seems like there's no way I could.
Yeah, the one with the hole it is meant for people with like much longer necks than me, because in order to get my ear up into the hole, I'm like laying at a really awkward angle. The one with the divot, the divot's just not deep enough to be of any value. Yeah. So those are my reviews of how to sleep and listen to things at the same time. There is not a brand that has done this right yet. I think that if Bose came out with a pair of sleep headphones that were really great and really comfortable, it is really perfect.
We've talked about this before.
Buy them so fast.
It is shocking that there is not one of the big headphone players doesn't come out with a comfort first, audio second. Like, it just needs to be good enough. I don't need a crazy DAC and some I just want something that feels so comfortable in my head for 10 hours.
Yeah. Crazy.
Doesn't exist.
Does not exist.
Or if it does, I have not seen it yet.
So Mindband, I'm out on.
It's too bad.
But if you are wanting to try something like this, you should find a product like Mindband. You can find them on Amazon. You can get free Prime shipping and not have to use this kind of crappy site.
Oh, I wanted to bring up one more. My cousin sent me, so his, let's see. If it's
great. Feel free to bring it up, Scott.
I don't know if it's his cousin or maybe it's his nephew was doing a business competition, and it's his nephew, and he made a service called gfyletters.com. Open this up really quick.
Okay. gfyletters.com.
GFY letters. So he made this company for his, like, a business class, and then now it's like going live.
So GFY meaning
go F yourself.
Go F yourself, yeah.
But not F.
No.
So the premise behind this is basically I think the idea is anonymously, but maybe not I'm not totally sure if you would.
It says anonymously send a letter.
Yeah.
So.
And so basically if you had a boss you hated or just a person or institution that you just didn't like, they will basically send a nice letter that opens up and it says, "Dear sir or madam, promptly go F yourself."
Yeah. And the price is $7, or it says from $7. So I wonder, $7, and then to add their name is an additional $1. And then that's all, $8.
Yeah.
Do I think this is a good idea? Absolutely. I do. Because the thought, so first of all, I would never send a letter.
No.
But the thought of some people in my life that I am not on good terms with, the thought of them opening a physical letter and the only thing on it is a piece of cardstock that says, "Go F yourself." That's like pretty awesome, actually.
You're being sent this letter to bring to your attention that someone would like you to go F yourself.
It's like fairly funny. And 50% of all profits will be donated to the Arbor Day Foundation, which is pretty cool. That makes you feel better. Like you're not just being petty.
Yeah.
Like, one, I'm getting a little bit of my personal revenge, and two, it's going to a good cause. I love it.
It's a good idea.
I love it.
Yeah. I wonder what, if you stick to just that, or it's because he does have a good,
here's the thing.
There's a good for you section as well.
Yeah, you can send a thank you, which is cute, but I wish that you hadn't brought this to the podcast because now I can't ever use it. Or people will be like, "Yeah, I think that was Andre."
I'm pretty sure that was.
I literally have audio proof of him being told about this idea and him loving it. But
although all the thieves have now heard it too, so it could be just
GFYletters.com.
Could just easily be from one of them.
For $8, you can send somebody a letter that says "Go F yourself."
This is what we should do. We should send them to everyone in the UDM.
No, that's funny.
because
then we'll know who listens.
We'll know who listens, who doesn't.
Scott and I say UDM, which is our kind of friend group that we're part of.
Okay. Do you have one more? Is that? Oh yeah.
No, let's just call it with GFY letters, and I'll put my last one in the bank for next time.
Great. All right, it's time to move on to the big idea. Now, Andre, before we get into the big idea, to spin this idea, we have a really unique sponsor this week.
That's right.
This is a sponsor that is unlike any sponsor we've had because
these are so it's not like Manscaped.
It's not like Manscaped. It's not, hey, we'll give you a discount. Like this sponsor, it's Alaskan Remote Adventures. Okay. And they're putting out there, they're laying the gauntlet down saying, we are going to give you $500 if you get us basically a qualified lead to come book a night with them.
So tell me about Alaskan Remote Adventures.
Let me tell you about them, Andre, because it's actually pretty dope. Like I know that
Scott and I'm acting surprised, but Scott and I did talk about this.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I think we can promote this on the podcast because it sounds pretty freaking legit.
Yeah. And this is one of those sponsors that I wouldn't really bring up if I didn't think it was cool. It is cool. So this is what it is. So this is a lodge in Alaska. And I'm going to go through some of the kind of cool, unique talking points about this place. So it's super remote. So there's no cell service. There's basically no internet. Most people don't get to experience that, to be like that far away from people. And I think right now people feel pretty cooped up inside. So you would go fly to Alaska, like Anchorage, Juneau, and then you'd take another smaller bite. They'd fly you to another smaller place and you'd land basically in a river and then like hike to this place. Or you can get closer, whatever. Right?
It's a remote Alaska
very
adventure.
Remote, right? So you can only get there by flight, right? So you are by yourself. You're out there. I think there's a handful of lodges. You'd be with a couple people, right? So you're in this river where it's an insane amount of rare species of it's fish, but lots of things you can hunt there. Mm. And the whole thing, you're paying for not just lodging, but also food. So prime rib, Alaskan halibut, barbecue ribs, salmon, shrimp, scallop, pasta, right? Like you're paying for the whole experience. Food's provided for you, lodging, right? There's basically just 2 lodges on this river, and that's it. So if you're a fisherman, especially hunting big salmon, like
you can't get better.
You can't get better. And usually you're in crowded places. It's you for miles, and you're hunting like huge. This is where these huge king salmon go and spawn. Sockeye salmon, chum salmon, pink salmon, silver, all rainbow trout.
They got it all.
Dolly Varden, Norman.
Don't worry.
All sorts of stuff. Anyway, so the idea is, if this is something you'd be down to do, right? I know I have some people who it's like a guy's trip or
exactly. So I think to get the gears turning, you're thinking of a bachelor party or a guy's trip or your father-in-law, your dad's birthday that's coming up.
Right.
You got some brothers that you want to take up, or anybody. Obviously, anybody's invited. Of all genders.
Yeah. And again, this is usually for that more outdoorsy hunter fisherman in your life. This is what they're looking for, right? It's going to range because like you'll build a package with them of how many days the substance in the $5,000 to $10,000 for the week range, right? But they're putting it out there saying, hey, if you know somebody that is willing to do this, they'll give you $20 just to send a referral that says, hey, I think my dad might be interested. Here's his email, here's his number, right? So you get $20 just for that. Yeah. And then if they book a trip, you get $500. Which is
pretty sweet.
That's a pretty good, especially for a fisherman who's like already looking for this.
Yeah. And we're here and we have a pretty large listener base out here in Utah.
Yeah.
This is something cool. This is something different. Some Pacific Northwest people. This is something cool. This is something different.
Exactly. So yeah, of course we can give you more details if you want to know, but reach out to us, go see this idea. If you're interested, if you have somebody who might be a good fit, you can reach us.
We'll link you up.
We'll link you up from there. But anyway, they're sponsoring the show. $500 if you know the right person. On with the show. All right. So what we're going to do today, thieves, if you are a newer listener, aren't familiar with this, we do this every couple months.
Every once in a while. Every time that we feel like we want to do it.
Yeah. And basically what we do, we've picked the theme. So the theme, of course, is going to be, we've been in pandemic for the last basically year. We've been in lockdown. So that's the theme is, can we come up with unique business ideas with that theme? And so we have these, a handful of different topics, whether it's face masks or, cleaning products or whatever. Those are the things that we want to iterate on. And then we're taking the types of ideas. So whether it's a business or an event or a product or a storefront or whatever it is. So we're going to spin and it's going to land on one of those things. and then we're going to spin it. It's going to give us kind of a niche to go into. And then we are going to ideate and come up with something great for you guys to steal in real time. Let's see what
So
we got.
first, I'm going to spin the type of business. This is our super high. Okay, I get a service
Okay.
for
Subscription service or
any sort of service.
any sort of service.
For the hot topic of weight loss. So I put weight loss in because we're coming up in the new year.
Yep.
I have a couple of like resolutions and New Year's themed things.
Oh,
as
sure.
well here, Just because quarantine was like not filling the wheel very well. Service for weight loss. Does
Service?
anything come to mind to you on this topic?
So yes.
Same. Also, yes.
Now, weight loss is tricky because there's a lot out there, right?
Yeah,
This is
there is a lot out there.
This is a pretty saturated market.
Yeah.
One thing I don't know if we talked about this, so if we did, stop me. One thing I have a frustration with a lot of meal kit services is that it's like, hey, here is a bunch of keto, or here's this whatever service, and that's all you get. It's strictly this and nothing else. And the reality is, just like when I did the caffeine challenge, you don't always do that.
Yeah.
Really, what I would love is a service that says, hey, here's a realistic diet where we're going to send you not just diet food, but also regular food.
Yeah.
Did we talk about this?
Yeah, we had I don't remember what the theme of the idea was, but we talked about why aren't there meal kits that also send you like cheat meals?
Yeah, just like regular meals.
Yeah.
Maybe we did talk about this.
Yeah.
But I think a weight loss service that says, hey, this isn't just chicken, rice, and broccoli every day, and that's all you get.
Mm-hmm.
This is, we're going to wean you down. So we're going to start with a meal that you like,
Yeah.
and get you accustomed to this thing with dessert and the regular stuff. And then we're slowly going to start taking stuff away. And what you'll find is we'll start substituting things with healthier things. And something like almonds, for example. The reason almonds are good for you, in part because they're nuts, because almonds fill you up and keep you full for a long time. Most people just don't really realize that. So it's you slowly replace this with something like almonds and this and that. And I would love a weight loss subscription service that like is more realistic for your everyman, that weans you into a diet and isn't just like, all right, you're in diet mode tomorrow.
I agree.
That's kind of where my
head's
head's
there
at.
isn't enough gradual transition, which like there's a lot of research out there on weight loss. So we don't need to get into all of it, but one of the most common things is just like people bouncing back, right? Because their diets are not sustainable. I think the only way to make sustainability is gradually.
Sure.
I think there's a lot of people that like preach like the power of habit and stuff like that. And they're like, if you just do it 30 times, then it'll get easy. But the reality is like, you got to get through the first 30 days, especially when you're changing how you eat. Right?
Yeah.
That's a lot easier said than done to just make it to habit zone. Right. So I think there probably
and
is
there's real life that's in play, right? Like I go to work, we're going out to lunch. It's Christmas time, people are giving treats. It's you just have to factor in that like in the real world, people eat treats, people eat snacks, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And I would love a system that's built around that. It's like, hey, like we realize that you're a normal person who's going to eat a cheeseburger every once in a while. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that honestly, what appeals to me the most about what you're saying is just a meal kit or meal service that takes an approach of gradually transitioning the way that you eat to healthier things.
Yeah.
So it's not, okay, I sign up for this service and then I gotta just hope that I love the first week of this food.
Right.
Because if I don't, then it's just, wow.
Because that's something I hear a lot is, oh, I'm on this kit. And you see it in the black thing, the partition thing or whatever. It's, oh, do you like it? It's, yeah, it's good. You hear that a lot. How's the food?
I'm not coming back for this. Exactly.
Right. Whereas this, I think they lean into, it's normal food for a while. And then, then we're not using this added thing. And there's no sugar in this. And it's wheat this. And
yeah.
Anyway.
Good idea. I don't know what you call that, but there's something there for sure.
Graduate.
I like it.
What was your head going?
The only thing so I'm like experimenting weight loss wise right now. And
I know the raspberry cheesecake cookies that crumble right now. And everyone's just like, I don't eat sugar right now.
My life sucks. And I think, but what really interesting to me, and I think that somebody out there who's really an expert on this topic could probably think up better ideas, but intermittent fasting is, I think, awesome and works really well for me. And what I wish is that there were better and more services around making it a little more rewarding or a little bit more satisfying to do. Where it's like today, it's basically I'm just looking at a clock and then
It's like
certain hours are
you got
good.
10 more minutes.
Exactly. And I think that there's got to be some way to gamify that a little bit and make it a little more fun to be intermittent fasting. And I think if there was, then it would just be like more fun and more rewarding. And I'd be willing to pay something for that.
What about this crazy, probably bad idea, but maybe crazy enough to work idea?
Go on.
Okay. So you know how Facebook, when it gets started, it's like, oh, it's exclusive, right? It's the getting punched by the clubs or whatever, right? What if you made an app? It's totally gamified. That's built into a weight tracker. That's built into a scale, and there are parts that you cannot access unless you weigh a certain amount. So it's you start at your weight class, right? And maybe it's not exactly like you have to be 150 pounds, but like you have to have lost 10 pounds to unlock this new area with new stuff that you get. And so, sorry, if you haven't lost 10 pounds, you're not there. And when you gain it, you lose access.
I like it.
That's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea. But what's like has me giggling right now is I don't know if you remember this, but didn't we once have Chandler on this podcast? Maybe literally episode 2.
Yeah,
like that.
Well, it might have been Extra Guac.
Yeah, it may actually have been Extra Walk, Scott's old podcast.
That like
we
transition.
did a segment with Chandler on it.
Yeah.
But on that, this is so retro. On that, we talked about the concept of reusable confetti.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that at all?
Yeah.
And the idea was basically, what if there was a button that when you won a board game, you could press?
Oh, this is the Game-O-Matic 5000.
Yes, exactly.
Which, for thieves who don't know, the Game-O-Matic 5000, it's like a cylinder, that shoots out confetti, and there's a big button that says winner.
Exactly.
And the problem is,
for thieves who don't know, like anybody listen to that.
Somebody might have known.
I'm sure that there are people that remember it, but
so a big problem with a lot of games that they are end anticlimactic. They're really fun, and it's and now I won. Yeah. And someone's like, okay,
there's nothing.
There's nothing. Or you slam this button, and there's speakers, and it's like, the winner, you won, and then confetti shoots out.
And then for whatever reason, we got on this crazy idea of reusable confetti.
Yeah, what if
you could shoots out on fishing line or something, and then you press a button and it retracts back into the device.
Yeah.
Where I'm headed is, wouldn't it be fun if your scale had retractable confetti, but you lose 10 pounds and it's like, boom. That would be cool.
That would be kind of cool.
Reusable confetti. Look into it. I think there's a business. I love Game-O-Matic 5000, 3000, whatever.
Well, I bring that up. I go into more detail because Kyle Kana, recent Patreon, he was asking me about like things that we could maybe drop ship from China.
Yeah.
And I was like, the Game-O-Matic 5000 is something that I think you could make really easily. And if you had
literally a button.
It's a Bluetooth speaker. It's the easy button from Staples connected to a little cylinder that shoots confetti. And then I position that you put a little, like a caboodle at the bottom where you can put pencils and dice and a gamepad. So it's like, you just bring it to all of your, anytime you play a game, you bring that.
Exactly.
So I think it would be really easy to design.
I love that idea. And I love that you can gamify anything.
Totally.
That idea.
Anyway,
which is awesome. The
weight app were, and I don't know exactly what you'd get. Oh man, imagine this. What if you actually accessed like promotions? Like you got discounts to places.
That would be pretty dope.
That would be crazy.
And people would like that.
Yeah. Where it's like, hey, if you lose 20 pounds, what you get is 20% off at like these stores. Mm-hmm. That'd be nuts. Again, maybe crazy. Let's spin that wheel one more time.
All right. What if there was an app for these spin-this ideas are always so nerve-wracking.
I know.
For quarantine. The word is there an app? So now we've lived through like basically a year of quarantine.
Yep.
Is there an app that we wish existed during that time? The only thing that comes immediately to mind, we talked about maybe 2 episodes ago, which is like virtual spaces to get together for these office gatherings that are now missing for the holiday.
Yeah. Which we tried a little bit during Christmas. My brother sent out a kind of an open channel GoToMeeting. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, if you want to hop on, we'll just leave it on all day.
Yeah.
It worked.
I sat there all day. Nobody came.
Well, it's like you hop on and off, but the hard thing is if something's going on in the room, like, and maybe that's not the perfect realm for it, but if like something else is going on and I hop in, like, I see you not in front of it. Well,
I feel awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of if there was some way to put almost like a light that like I could push that's, hey, I'm I'm wanting to talk. So I'm in the room and then also wanting to talk. And so it's like something flashes. And so people who are like, whatever, oh, so-and-so's here. Hey, what's up, man? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm interested in.
Like there's in the room and then there's like a switch that's like ready to talk. And then also like an alert that's like, hey, somebody's wanting to talk.
It would be pretty cool actually to have a desktop gadget that links into stuff like that, which is like these open family Zoom meeting type environments. That's I'm ready to talk. But another thing that I relate to a lot is just me and my group of 10 friends are all in and out of Discord all night, basically.
Sure.
And there's a lot of texting that goes on. It's like, who's on Discord? What are we playing? It would be cool if there was a visual indicator if people were in Discord.
Oh, interesting.
And all I'm really indicating, and again, this goes back to an idea that was on the last podcast, which is why isn't there some desktop gadget that can display whatever information you want it to?
Yeah.
Is this idea of, I just want a desktop toy that shows me stuff, right?
Shows me stuff of interest to you.
And in that same vein, what we talked about is like an LED screen that you could have show like text from your spouse. Is what it would be cool is if I could configure it to show me when somebody comes online on Discord. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Like it lights up and it says Diego's online.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room for something.
There is a lot of where my head was going. You're familiar with Nyan Cat.
I am familiar with Nyan Cat. Yes.
If you're not familiar with Nyan Cat, go ahead and just type in nyan.cat.
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
Exactly.
So early in the days, and I imagine it's still the same, Nyan Cat is just a site where this cat's like, nyan, 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 and it just has a timer of like how long you've been yanning.
Yeah.
Right? So what if there was an app called Quarantine? Okay. And the idea is you designate your home, and anytime you're in quarantine, anytime you're like in your house, a little timer is going. Yeah. This is how long I've been quarantining, right? So like you get a little bonus. It's like, oh, well, you've been quarantining. Like you unlock a badge. It's a fun way to, if I leave, I'll reset my points or it'll stop the timer. Like it's a dumb.
All my brain can do is go to like dark places. Like what if you die? It's like you're just quarantining for like hours and all of your friends are like, wait, what's going on?
It's tough because you could leave your phone. There's definitely lots of ways to game it, but I think
that's going to exist with anything.
Yeah. It's almost like a Fitbit, right? Where like, and I think you would actually incorporate it with a smartwatch probably. But yeah, this idea of, hey, I'm quarantining right now. And maybe if you're in quarantine, a way to keep you sane, it's maybe that's a way to have a chat with somebody or like you can send someone like, hey, like congrats, or like you can pump people up, or you could maybe share videos or do something silly. Maybe send out challenges in quarantine, like a TikTok thing or whatever.
Yeah. I think I do love the idea, but I just hope that we can stow it away for the next pandemic. Because you have to hope that at this point, because like back in April, let's say, like when everybody was truly like stay at home, tell everybody else to stay home, everything's closed. An app like that would have actually, I think, done remarkably well.
Think about this. So like door decoration contests. I actually, this is where you go with this. So you're in quarantine, you hop on Quarantine, and there's a daily challenge of, and then you connect with your friends who are in quarantine, and it's okay, how many Oreos can you stack? Yeah. And then you got to show yourself doing it. And then so I can watch you doing it. I can watch my network or see the trending videos. And then like maybe every couple hours, there's like a new thing, a new challenge. And it's stuff you would do, balance a broom on your hand and whatever. Right. And it's just a way to keep yourself sane.
I actually love that idea.
That'd be fun,
just
right?
Like little at-home challenges that you video and then share.
And say, hey, I did this. And people can give you thumbs up only. There's no thumbs down option. You can only get praise. Yeah. And like you can
that would be fun to hop into a daily challenge that's like, how long can you balance a broom? That's something everybody has, right? You have a funny video where you're like laughing and having fun and trying to balance the broom as long as possible. And then you tap and then it shows you Diego, and then you tap and it shows you Scott.
Yeah, you kind of see everybody.
Yeah, it'd be really fun actually.
That's a fun quarantine. Yeah, let's hope that no one has to make that.
I know.
But I do think there's...
But if there is another pandemic, or if this one doesn't end, then you could develop this.
Should we do one more, or you want to... do we dare do...
I want to do Catherine's idea.
Okay,
She's another good one too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay, so we had a little mailbag last episode. We saved an idea, and we want to pull this up really quick here. So Catherine Porter, super fan, shout out. Okay, so she calls this app Postman. She says, I hate with capital letters, going to the post office during Christmas time. And it's the only reason I ever have to go is to take packages. And then I have to wait in this long line because the post office is the worst. Postman is a secure box that is located in a commonly traveled location, Costco, supermarket. You connect to the box through an app, and that allows you to securely deposit your packages in the box with a specific sticker that connects your package to your account. Then at the end of the day, Postman takes all the packages to the post office where you're charged according to the weight and shipping of the package. You're then charged through the app, and you never have to step into the post office. Voila. So this would be, instead of going to FedEx or UPS store, which...
This is a good idea. And the reason it's a good idea is the reason that you go to the post office for packages is because you're afraid that they won't make it.
Right.
You want to make sure that you have the shipping correct and all that different stuff. Otherwise, you just drop it in the box, right?
Right.
So I like this.
Or you're sending a package, right? It's, hey, this is going to...
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not sending a letter. It's, I need a...
Yeah.
You have to charge me a certain amount because this weighs 15 pounds.
So then, in theory, the way that they're like Amazon boxes, where it's like you open it and then you put a package in and then it goes back to Amazon and vice versa. Something like that could easily exist.
Yeah.
It goes to the post office at the end and it just gets shipped.
Yeah, and you link your credit card, and so it just pulls
I don't feel this pain as much just because I don't ship that much stuff.
But man,
But hopefully that will change soon with the advent of Steal This Idea merch.
Ooh, what a transition.
I like your idea, Catherine. It's a really good idea. I think that this could exist. I think the technology is there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's surprising that there's not something like this, and maybe there's limitations with mail and whatever, but
Steal This Idea merch.
Steal This Idea merch. So we've been talking about merch for
since the entire length of the podcast.
since the pandemic began.
Oh, way before.
So we finally have shirts, hoodies, stickers, patches, keychains, all that good stuff is live on our Instagram and on our website. So if you're interested in any of that stuff,
Diego's giving us scared eyes.
You can now purchase it. If you go to our Instagram, we've got a shop there. If you go to our website, gostealthisidea.com, it's there as well. And if you just want, if you just want to buy it, you can.
Yes,
support the show.
You can.
We would love that.
We would love that.
If
you're not totally in on a shirt, and the shirts are amazing, and I highly recommend that you check them out on Instagram.
Yeah.
But if not, you could always support us on Patreon.
That's right.
For just $1 a month.
$1 a month, $2 a month, whatever you want. I believe on some of our higher paid tiers, you get a discount on all merch.
That's right.
So there's a discount code.
So you could double dip.
That's right.
Support us on Patreon, get that discount.
Get a little kickback.
Then go buy your merch.
That's right. So we're really excited about that. We're finally happy to deliver that to you guys, you beautiful thieves out there.
Yes, we really are.
To wrap up the episode, Andre, since we're doing old segments here,
My favorite.
we do a little speed round.
Love it.
So speed round, this is where we just think popular topics of the day. We just give our hot takes on them.
That's right.
What's in the news right now? I think you made a little list.
I did. So first up, trending topic on Twitter of the day that I saw cross-posted to LinkedIn and I found really annoying is, what is a restaurant that you thought was really fancy as a kid, and now you realize is complete trash?
Well, you got to think a lot of people's first inclination is Olive Garden.
Yes, that was mine, which is like, Olive Garden as a kid was like, wow.
Olive Garden.
It's Italy.
It's Italia.
I feel like I'm family when I'm here. But now, when I think of Olive Garden, I think of like their $6.99 lunch special.
Yeah.
My worldview has changed.
Yeah. What's crazy about Olive Garden too is like, when we drive by Olive Garden, there was a line out the door every single time.
That place is, to this day, is popping.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy to me how busy Olive Garden gets.
Yeah. There are a lot of institutions where I'm like, do we need 10 payday loan places? Or is there that many people who need paid? It's just crazy that there are these institutions like I would never even think about going. Like pawn shops. There's so many pawn shops. Like people are pawning that much stuff. Like I've been to a pawn shop like 2 times my whole life.
I think that we are just not the target for either of those places.
Anyway, that Olive Garden is definitely in that realm of, Olive Garden's fine, but not fine enough to wait an hour to get into it. Are you kidding me?
That's what just stuns me. I actually had a similar impression earlier this year in Las Vegas where there were people waiting for the Denny's on the strip. And I was like, do you guys understand that there are, first of all, like 1,000 breakfast places here? And second
Like
of all,
much better.
that Denny's is probably the worst and that this has the longest wait in the entire strip. You guys are so stupid.
Yeah, Denny's
It's
is
just
no
funny.
good.
Just funny how
Sorry
it
if Denny's wants to be a sponsor one day.
If Denny's wants to sponsor our podcast, then I will. First of all, I'll say that the moons over my hammy sandwich is so freaking good from Denny's.
Oh,
There you go, Denny's. There's your.
there's your free publicity from.
So yeah, I think definitely the answer is Olive Garden. I think my other answer is, and this is controversial, Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that.
Cheesecake Factory when I was a kid was like, wow, this is actually.
There's 600 things on the menu.
I know. It's like,
As
this
an adult,
is
you're
a
like,
step
why is
above
there
everything
600
else.
things on this menu?
And it's like now I go to Cheesecake Factory and I'm like, this place is first of all quite tacky.
Yeah.
And second of all, it's just
it's
too much of everything.
It's way too much of everything.
Mhm.
Okay, what's the next one here?
So Diego asked, what are some of the best foods in a tube? And also, what are some foods that should be in a tube?
So did we bring up that Jif, the peanut butter, now has peanut butter in a tube? My idea.
They do. And Scott sent this to me many months ago. And I'm sure I said something rude and snarky back. But anyway, they do. And my comment on peanut butter in a tube when we brought it up in the podcast a long time ago was that I think it would be too thick to be
In a tube.
tubeable. But apparently, Jif has figured it out.
Wrong.
Apparently
Wrong
I was
you
wrong.
are, Andre. I think peanut butter is a fun thing that should be and
Should
now
be in a
is in a tube. I'm trying to think what else I would eat in a tube that's or ought to be in a tube.
I don't know if this is like a really tacky, gross answer, but brie.
Oh,
So brie, currently you can get a little brie. Brie is a very soft cheese.
yeah. I don't hate that actually.
I don't know if it could be presented in a way that wasn't like gross and super just not good. But brie is soft, and I find it annoying that I get these tiny mini brie things, and I have to individually unwrap them
Get a little knife.
and then get a knife. And it's
Yeah.
like when really all I'm going to do is slather it on some toast, and then
Yeah, there's a cheese ball at Harmon's I get often.
Mhm.
The green onion cheese ball. Have you had this at Harmon's?
No.
Oh my goodness. If you like cheese balls, it'll seriously
really
blow your mind.
I will look into it.
And what's great about it is it's not even a cheese ball. It's like a cheese spread. The fact they call it cheese ball is crazy because it's melting in the thing. But it's the same thing. It's like all I'm doing is just spread. I spread it on bagels. You can spread it on anything.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
put it in a form factor.
Put it in a tube where I can just like zzz, on Triscuits and just eat it really quick. Ooh
I
man,
have to agree.
Man, oh, man.
I have to agree.
that is a good idea. Is there anything else that I would want in a tube?
I think that more cocktails should be served in syringes. Diego?
Is that a thing?
Diego and I recently enjoyed a round of bottomless mimosas.
Mm.
Followers of my close friend's Instagram story are familiar. Well, first of all, genius idea, but second of all, the idea of being able to just like squirt into your mouth is pretty awesome.
That's what what I was going to say is Parmesan cheese comes sometimes in that tall green
Yeah.
bottle. That's the only kind of cheese that comes like that.
I know.
I often make quesadillas for my kids, and I'm like reaching my grimy little fingers in that bag. Imagine the Parmesan cheese
Yeah.
canister, but for regular shredded cheese,
I don't know why that doesn't exist.
right?
Because really any cheese could go in the Parmesan canister.
Yeah, and just shake
What-
it out.
It almost makes you wonder. So, first of all, I think that should just be an idea. But second of all, you should be able to buy like shaker canisters. Maybe you can.
Maybe at World Market or something.
Well, yeah, you should be able to buy shaker canisters for anything.
Yeah.
Then second, at worst, if you can't do that, you should just reuse your Parmesan shaker and then put some cheddar mix
Yeah.
or something. But there are some great mixes of cheeses beyond Parmesan that should be
Beyond the Parmesan.
shakeable.
Yeah. But as I started thinking about stuff I would want in a tube, my mind goes to salsa. There's a lot of salsa cans that are like weirdly inconvenient to get out of.
Yeah.
And I would have no problem just like squirting on some salsa. Because again, I'm dipping a chip, dumping it in a bowl, and now I have too much and I've wasted it. But if I could just like have a little toothpaste full of salsa and my chips, and I could just put it. Baby food. So the advent of mixing baby food in like the applesauce packets, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
My kids eat 2 applesauce packets a day,
Really?
and that was a genius. Whoever came up with we should do this. Genius idea. The other thing I would iterate when it comes to baby food. So there's baby food that's like spinach and peas, and it's like gross. But if they're young enough, they don't really care. right?
Yeah.
But then they get to a point where they do care. They know that it tastes gross and they won't take it anymore, right? And usually by that point, you're also giving them applesauce, which tastes good.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it tastes good. And so they have lots of like really unhealthy, like there's applesauce and there's mixed berry applesauce and it's just unhealthy, more unhealthy applesauce. That's not what we need. What I want is applesauce with protein powder. I want 10 grams of protein in my applesauce.
Yeah, because kids, they're at an age where they understand what tastes good, but they don't, I imagine, quite understand what tastes chalky.
No, for real. Honestly,
Like I imagine they'd be like, "Oh, this is sweet, and that's enough for me."
So there's these kids protein drinks that exist that I get at Costco. But then I just like, wait a minute, I just got the regular protein drinks, and they're like, "Oh, it's chocolate milk." They couldn't taste the difference, and it's there's no sugar in it, and it's twice as much protein. And if I just give them one of those, now I don't. It's like they didn't have a piece of bread, and that's it for dinner. So if I could just like confidently say, "Hey, you drink your applesauce, but I know there's 10 grams of protein." You're fine, kid. If you don't want to eat the meal I cook for you, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Someone should steal.
Someone should take that. That is a really good idea.
Yeah, that's facts.
Facts.
Should we do one more?
Chocolate
Should we do one more?
Bro, that's facts.
Bro, that's facts.
No cap.
No cap.
I wish I was young. I think about that a lot.
Yeah, I wish you were young.
I
Jeez.
know.
Well, let's do one more. What's the last one you got?
I wanted to talk about Peacock.
You didn't want to talk about Bitcoin's all-time high?
No, I did not want to. I said to Scott, we're not talking about Bitcoin on the podcast.
Fine.
Because it's a heated topic between us. But I do want to talk about Peacock. Peacock is the new NBC streaming platform. Now, the only place online that you can get The Office, because The Office is off Netflix, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And 30 Rock, like all these NBC shows, have now gone off Netflix and are available on the streaming service Peacock. And the reason I want to talk about it is I keep getting these ads for Peacock where they rub it in your face that they're off Netflix. And they're like, The Office now only available on Peacock.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And they're like, basically, they're kind of like, yeah, we ripped you off. I don't want it now because they're like,
They're smug about it?
yeah, they're smug. They're like, well, we have really good shows on Peacock now. And that service that you already pay for, yeah, now that's worthless. You need Peacock. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I hate you, NBC. And the only show I want of yours is The Office. I'll buy
For
the
real.
freaking DVD.
I do think I'm curious to see how their business model works if it pans out, because I do think it's a smart model, which is, hey, this is free. And then you basically half our stuff is free and the other half you pay monthly for. Yeah. Whereas Hulu and all these ones, it's like, it's $8 a month.
Yeah.
Then you
but
get
Hulu has like a free.
Yeah, but their model's
technically-
different because it's like, hey, it's whatever's on TV the next day. This is like original content, but you get part of it just for like, it's free to sign up. So it'd be interesting if they put a couple seasons of The Office for free.
Hey, just check their website and it says watch seasons 1 and 2 free.
I knew it.
That's crazy though, because
All the good ones.
1 and 2
Yeah,
free.
3, 4, and 5 are the best
That's
ones.
not going to get me through. But what's interesting to me is we look at the launch of Peacock, which it's like I said Peacock that I wanted to talk about on the podcast, and everybody's like, well, I guess. But compare that to Disney Plus, where it's like people were crying in the streets for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So excited and so much hype around this new streaming service. Now it's like Peacock. It's just, I guess this is fine.
Well, the thing about Disney Plus is that it at least for me, at first I was like, Disney Plus sucks. Yeah, it's cool to have some Disney movies, but it's like,
Really? I
But-
love Disney Plus.
but now, like to me, it's really grown on me, and for a couple reasons. One, Mandalorian, obviously super great, like fun to watch. Although I'm seeing, it's fun now seeing kind of the contrarians come up and be like, actually, Mandalorian's not that good. Are you in the?
I'm a little bit of a contrarian.
It's not the most well written show by any stroke, but to me, it's a fun. It's
a fun romp, as we say.
Yeah, it's hard to like, oh, what a crappy show. Anybody would enjoy that show, but it's not like super substantive or whatever. So they are coming out with shows that have weight to it. So it's okay. Well, now, especially with Winter Soldier and Falcon and WandaVision, like if those end up being good shows, it's okay. Well, now you've earned your right. Whereas, it's like you only watch Star Wars so many times. But the other thing that's done really well, and again, as a parent, I've tapped into this, is they have Christmas. They have a Christmas band of like episodes from cartoons that are all just the Christmas episodes.
Just
it's like,
pretty genius.
that's so genius.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. It's okay. Yeah, that does it for me. You know?
Because this is the Ideas podcast, is there any idea around streaming services that you think that is just not out there yet? I have one if you're not prepared.
When you start talking about Peacock, the closest one is, so one thing I think, the other thing that Disney Plus does really well is they say, hey, you can get a bundle of Hulu and Disney Plus and ESPN Plus for $14 a month or whatever, which I think is a smart play. And if I'm Peacock, what I would do is I would say, hey, we've made a strategic deal with Showtime and somebody else and whatever. Yeah. And a couple of these guys should really just pitch their horses together and say, hey, the four of us, you get all of us, and it's $20 a month.
Yeah.
That is a much more compelling value prop than $6 a month, $5 a month, $10 for all these onesie-twosie ones. And I think HBO Max is doing that a little bit, where they have some DC stuff and they lump in some stuff in there. I think there just needs to be more of that. It's not really like an idea, that's something they would need to do, but I think the first one of those guys that have all branched off to make the right package, I think that's
could be a winner for sure.
What were you thinking?
I think TikTok.
Oh, we've talked about this a little bit.
I know we haven't. My idea that I have has never been talked about on the podcast before. What I love about TikTok is the For You page. For people that don't use TikTok, or
not the Kesha song.
No, not the Kesha song. For people that don't use TikTok, essentially what everybody says about the For You page, which is a page in the app that automatically recommends new videos,
right,
is how scary good it is at recommending videos. Because you're like, wow, these are like all really things that I'm interested in, or things that I would be interested in.
Sure.
From people that I like. It's just weird. Like the For You page just is full of great content.
Right.
And the other recommendations page that I really love is my YouTube recommends. I watch a lot of YouTube.
Me too.
I just love YouTube.
Yeah,
I
watch.
videos.
Yeah, the YouTube recommends got me dialed.
Like
in.
I really don't. And we had a what you watch, and
what you watch.
Yeah, we had that in the last episode, and I remarked that I don't watch very much, and I really don't because I usually am watching YouTube. That's what I'm interested in. And my recommendations on YouTube are also
speed runs.
Exactly, just speed run videos, Mario Galaxy speed runs, etc. No, but my recommends are so good. Yeah. There is just anytime I need to watch something, there's something in my recommends that I'm interested in. What I would like is for YouTube to use their like amazing recommendations algorithm, but then use it to recommend me TV shows and movies that I would like. So YouTube, which has TV shows and movies that I could purchase or rent or whatever, and they also have all of this data on things I'm interested in, but they don't recommend me movies and TV that I'm interested in. I don't personally think at this point that any of these streaming services, Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, all of which I use somewhat frequently or anytime I'm interested in specific shows, none of them for me are like doing the amazing job of recommending me content the way that YouTube and TikTok do.
Yeah. I wonder if, because I would even take a 10-question survey that's like here. So for example, what's that Mark Hamill movie that you just Corvette Summer. So that's a movie that I would have never stumbled upon, and you probably stumbled upon it by happenstance, I'm guessing.
I stumbled upon it because it's set in vintage Las Vegas, which is a topic that I'm really interested in.
Okay,
and
perfect.
So I saw somebody shared a clip on Twitter in one of these vintage Vegas Twitters that I follow. I saw the clip and I was like, wow, that looks like a really fun movie.
Yeah. So in the same way that when you go on Twitter, it's like, hey, here's some topics to follow. Like you building a profile for yourself. It would be really interesting to have a survey that's, okay, give us a couple movies you like. Give us a couple things that you like. Give us a couple movies you really don't like. A couple shows or whatever. Like paint us a picture of like your interests and stuff you do, don't like. And then also just start watching stuff. Yeah. And then that, because it knows, maybe you link it to YouTube or whatever. It knows, oh, Andre's into this. Someone's gone in and basically tagged a whole bunch of stuff, right? So if you are into gambling, right, it not only is going to present Ocean's 11, but also Rounders, which is a great movie if you've never seen Rounders, about gambling, right? And I've never seen Rounders. Well, you should be targeted to see Rounders. Yeah. It's so good, right? But it's not a popular movie. It's not something that's won a box office. So like YouTube's not going to push it like it's going to push Black Panther or whatever, right? Because it's not a big thing, but it does appeal to you. So yeah, I do think that There's definitely something there.
There's room to make this prediction recommendation stuff more powerful.
Because I do think even Netflix is they're pushing their own stuff. They're not like their recommended is like 50%. Like, well, it's just our stuff.
Yeah, which is not cool.
No,
which is why I'm saying like,
yeah, YouTube and TikTok they keep you in because like, oh, this is what we know what you want, and it's this stuff.
Yeah,
it's not stuff that's necessarily the trending videos on their trending page. But
and that's what's nice about specifically like YouTube and TikTok is they don't have like original content, so they're going to push you whatever, right? And that's how it feels with YouTube recommends.
I think we've had a good episode here, Andre.
I think so too.
This has been fun. Thieves, let us know if you like any of the ideas we've talked about on the spin this idea. I think we had some really interesting ones. Would love to know. Would love to know, especially our new listeners, if there's any of those ideas that you would steal or consider stealing, or which was the good one, which one that really stood out to you, or which is the one that was just really stupid. You could just dunk.
Love to hear
if
more.
You could just dunk on one of us, that would be great. Yeah, reach us. Go stealthisidea.com is a website. Again, if you are interested in a fishing trip for you or somebody who's a big fisher, reach out to us and get $500 from Alaskan Ventures. And thanks to Scipio again for letting us host Thieves. We love you. We appreciate you, and we will catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Use Scipio, the #1 engagement tool for sales teams that want more responses, appointments, and conversations. Message your leads and customers where they are on their phone. I'm not talking about phone calls. We're talking about true one-to-one texting. Use the code STEAL at Scipio.com for 2 free licenses. Use the code STEAL at Scipio.com for 2 free licenses. See you later, thieves.